What is up? Girl,
Girl,
what's the matter?
I am so stressed out.
What? Why?
Well, my parents get here tomorrow, so I'm trying to clean the whole house, get all the beds made. Trent's here finishing the flooring in the last bedroom. I've got so much laundry to do, it's ridiculous. I just want to relax and watch TV because I picked up another shift today, so I'm going to work all day. And, I don't need to bother you so much at work, but, I try, because I'm a manager, I try to set an example, so I try not to be on my phone.
Right, yeah, I get
If
that.
I'm, working on my phone, I'm I'm trying not to be on my phone, so I'm like,
You froze. Ah!
oh, yeah. Am I the
You
only one
froze.
on? Yeah, am I the only one on?
Yeah, right now.
Okay. But yeah, just a little stressed out. So I messaged 3 people today about the ThermoFi X, and one girl is going to sign up February 8th because she just started a new job, so she'll wait for her first paycheck. My other friend said she wants to sign up, but she hasn't responded back when I told her how much it was. And then another friend I have that wants to start as soon as she gets off of maternity leave.
Cool. That's awesome.
And then one girl said that she wanted to do the wraps, and then she ghosted me.
That happens. Just keep following up. I followed up with a girl for a year about the wraps, and she finally got them, and then she switched over to coffee. So just check in every couple of weeks. If she doesn't respond after, the first 2 messages that you send in a couple of weeks, respond in a month. Just give it a little bit of time. It's no biggie.
Okay. And then the guy that I bought the coffee for, I told him how much it was, and he's like, that's too much. I can get cheaper stuff at the flea market. I'm like, what the heck?
This is why they got to sign up as a little customer so they save that money, because that retail price ain't no joke.
I know, and that's what I was telling him. I was like, you should sign up as a little customer. And he's like, I don't like doing stuff like that. I don't like putting stuff on my card. And I'm like, okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to mute everybody, and as soon as we get a couple more, we're going to get started. I am so excited, you guys. Hey, Google. Resume. I don't know where my music went. It was pumping me up too. Okay. Hey, Google. Play Imagine Dragons. Thank you. Oh, she tired. She all up in her bed. She tired. I got so much to go over. Everybody needs to pop on now. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I don't know if y'all saw my live just a few minutes ago, but I'm pumped up. Ready to do the dang thing. Hey, check out what I got. Oh, super excited about that. I'm telling you, I took pictures. I weighed myself. We won't talk about all that. I still got to do some measurements. We won't talk about all that because I don't know what in the world. I've been sticking to my stuff and I've been doing stuff, but I've also been super stressed out with Ninteus being sick, and then just trying to get this debt-free journey moving along some more. So all the extra financial stress, I think it's just kind of gotten to me, and so my body's yeah, forget you. We're just gonna pack on a few pounds. Don't matter what you do. So yeah, because I've always been that stressed person that gains weight just from looking at a pizza, because I'm stressed out. I don't have a good natural metabolism. But anyway, all right. So, well, even if it's just going to be you two, we're going to get started, because if you ain't here, if you don't show up, you don't go up. You don't know what you don't know. So, let's let's get going. All right, so drop in the chat real quick where you want to be by the end of this month. Where do you want to be? Like, so if you're new, how many customers do you want to have? How many distributors do you want to have? What rank do you want to be? What kind of paycheck do you want to have? It doesn't matter. Just drop it in the chat real quick. And there was something else I wanted to drop in the chat. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Drop your number one goal for the next 90 days in the chat. I know if you've been on a power session lately, you've probably already written that down. That's great. I want to know what it is. Drop it in the chat for me. I have a ton of notes. And I'm super excited, so I'm probably going to talk really fast tonight. I will upload this to my YouTube and share it so you guys can go back and watch it later in case I talk too fast or your internet cuts out and we miss something. So anyway, first and foremost, we need to start taking an assessment of ourselves. This is pretty huge, and it's part of like a much bigger picture. So trust me when I say take an assessment of yourself. If you are not growing, if you are not happy with where you are right now, then you need to ask yourself what is holding you back. Allow yourself to step into the person that you deserve to be. Like, I did not get the concept of this. I did not understand. Like, it was mind-boggling to me. How do you just step into the person that you're supposed to be? How do you just step into the person that you deserve to be? Like, that kind of thing doesn't just, happen overnight. Like, you have to put yourself in that mindset. And so that's why I say take an assessment of yourself. Brittany, I'm just going to mute you real quick. Hi, welcome to the meeting. So anyway, accountability. We have talked about this, and I kind of feel like I'm beating a dead horse all the time, but I have figured out that there are new ways to hold ourselves accountable, and there's other ways to hold ourselves accountable that, like, I haven't explored before, and so I kind of want to try it with you guys. If everybody's okay with it, I'm not going to make anybody do anything that they're super uncomfortable with, but remember, you got to get uncomfortable, or you got to get comfortable with the uncomfortable to go, where you want to go. So what I want to do, and I know not everybody's on, so like I'm not going to pair anybody right now, but what I want to do is pair each person on the team. Like, if you're in the Rising Leaders chat, I want to pair you with somebody else that's in the Rising Leaders chat. And I want to do that so that, like, you guys can ask each other questions and kind of like understand each other's journeys, because there's something, when I hear you guys, there's something about both of you that is similar, but there's something about both of your stories that you might be able to help each other and feed off of each other, but also to hold each other accountable. So like, I would like to see that everybody is interacting with each other and saying, hey girl, how are you doing this week with your goals? Like, where do you want to be next week? And just kind of doing that. And like, cause I feel like I do that for everybody. I try to do that for everybody. I'm stumbling over my words again, cause I'm like talking too fast. I'm super excited. Anyway, but I feel like I try to do that for everybody. But I think that maybe just coming from me, it doesn't sink in as well for some people. Like, we all feed off of different kinds of energy. And so I want to pair energies, if that makes sense. But like I said, I'm not going to do anything that makes you guys super uncomfortable. So like, say, Sheena, if you're not comfortable with pairing with Brittany because you really don't know her like that or whatever, and I'm not saying that that's the pair that I'm going to make, but if you're not comfortable with that, if you're like super uncomfortable, like, no, I really don't want to talk to this chick because I really don't know her like that, like, I'm not going to be mad about it. Okay. It's okay. It's no big deal. I feel like it would be something that sets us apart because, like, I don't know any teams that do this. I don't know any teams, like, we all have sideline sisters and like, we do create new friendships and things, but I don't think that like anybody's doing this type of pairing to hold each other accountable and to create an actual friendship. So I think it'll be really cool. The spark, Brittany, you got to me, girl. That little Zoom that we had in the middle of last week or whenever it was, like the way you described that, girl, like I wanted to cry so bad. Like, I think I was like almost teary-eyed when we got off there. Brittany explained this this business so perfectly. And she's actually going to talk with us here in a little bit, but she described a spark happening. And I was like, just my mind went somewhere, and I was like, I remember feeling that. I remember like having that for a moment, and then like I lost the vision. And that was the next part. Like she has this amazing vision of where she's going in her life. Like she can see herself being a millionaire. Like, I can't even get there yet. I haven't even got there yet. And this girl's like, I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna walk that stage. I'm gonna take that picture. Like she's like, I know exactly what I'm gonna do, exactly what I'm gonna wear, exactly what I'm gonna have. And I'm super excited that she has that vision, because that is the kind of thing that's going to take you where you want to go. And so like, I'm getting there. Like my vision is pretty far out there. Like I got a lot of things on my vision board that like I'm still battling with. I don't know if I can make it happen, but I'm going to. And so like, it's just amazing that she has that vision, and I'm super excited for her to talk to us about some of that tonight. So you get what you give. Interaction is super important. I am guilty as a mofo, okay? I am guilty of not doing enough interaction. And since starting these power sessions, I have done so much more interaction, and my business is really starting to explode. Okay, so I wanna like just make sure that you guys understand the interactions in all aspects, whether it just be on your Facebook or on your Instagram. Like it's super important, but also being genuine in person and having those interactions in person is super important. Sheena, you are great at that. You're like rocking and rolling with the in-person stuff going on, and I'm super proud of you, dude. But you guys gotta ask questions with your interaction. When you get on Facebook and you're messaging and you go to somebody's profile and you're looking at their picture and you're like, oh, hey, that's cute. What are they supposed to say, you know, other than thanks? Because that's all they can say. So you got to start asking questions. Like, and I know sometimes we do this, and some people are really good at it. I'm not, and well, I haven't been, and I know that some of you haven't been, and like we're all working on things, but I wanted to just make sure that you guys are asking questions with your interactions. Conversations on people's posts are great, but if you're going to start a conversation on somebody's post and they're actually interacting back with you, you want to make sure that you take that conversation to a message, because a lot of times you're giving out too much information you don't even realize, and we don't want to do that. Like, we like to create curiosity and keep our business, and so we don't want to put everybody else's business out there either. Like, hey girl, what are your goals on a post? Like, that's not cool. So and I only mention it because I've seen somebody do it, not in our team, but I've seen somebody do it, and I'm like, that's not cool. So it's pretty much even on Instagram, like it's follow, like for like, love for love. Like people will go to your profile, like your stuff, love your stuff if you like theirs and love theirs, and leave comments. All right, so something that I've really, really struggled with, and I want to bring it to your attention, is that you have to accept your strengths and your weaknesses. You can't just say, okay, I'm good at this and I'm going to focus on that. No, you have to accept your weakness too. And so whatever that is for you, like you have to know what it is and you have to work on it consistently. If your strength is being bold, but you suck at being organized, that's okay. Work on getting organized. Okay. So anyway, Sunday Zooms are super important. You guys, if you are not showing up to Sunday Zooms, for the tribe with Ashley, like there's hundreds of us on there now. If you are not showing up for those, you can't expect your team to show up for those. And we want our teams to show up. We want everybody to succeed. So it's super important. I know some of you have jobs and crazy schedules and like millions of things to do, but Sunday Zooms are super important. And I know that some of you have been showing up, and that's great. I'm super proud of you, excited that you're actually diving into your business and doing what you need to do. But you never know what you're going to miss when you don't show up to a Sunday night Zoom, that light bulb moment, that spark of inspiration. Like you don't know what you're going to miss. And even if you watch the replay, like you can't ask questions to a replay. You can't see the comments from a Zoom on the replay. So you're missing a bunch of stuff if you're not there. Brittany, before you hopped on, I asked them to drop in the chat where you want to be by month end and what is your number one goal for the next 90 days. So if you'll drop that in the chat, that would be great. New distributor training, super important. You already know what you're supposed to do. You already know that you're supposed to go to units. You're supposed to tag your potential distributor in the video, or not, you know what I'm talking about. You're supposed to tag your distributor, not your potential distributor, in the video, and then follow up with them, and then tag them in part 2 and work with them and start like getting them on the right page. And then there needs to be a Tuesday night Zoom. And so like we just had a Tuesday night Zoom 2 days ago. So 5 days from now, my new distributor will hop on the Tuesday night Zoom. And so we need to make sure that that's happening. So follow up with your new distributor. Make sure that you're staying in touch every day, every other day, at least, so that they don't lose sight of why they started. Make sure that they get on that Tuesday night Zoom because it's super important, you guys. And now the Tuesday night Zooms are working Zooms. So not only are they gaining a bunch of information, they're starting their work. They're starting to like pull in potentials. They're starting to see what they can do. And it's exciting because on those Tuesday night Zooms, like, look, y'all, last week I signed a loyal customer on a Tuesday night Zoom, like just doing the work with the new distributor. Hop on with your new distributor. It's not going to hurt anything. It's great for your business. So, and then the last thing on the new distributors, you want to make sure you're helping them earn their shopping spree. Brittany, we had shopping spree when you joined, right? You got your shopping spree, didn't you? Yeah. Okay. So like all the way back then, like we were earning shopping sprees, and Sheena just got her shopping spree, and Vicky's on her way to her shopping spree. And like, I'm super excited for you guys because I didn't have that available to me. I wish I had had a shopping spree available to me. That would have been super freaking cool. Okay. Like I got some essential oils, and I love some essential oils, but now they're phasing out. And I'm like, dang, man, I could have used that shopping spree for some other stuff too. But anyway, so let's make sure that no shopping spree is left behind. We don't want our distributors to get discouraged. Okay. So, make sure that happens. Don't let your thoughts block you. And Brittany, this is where you are going to take over. You got like 10 minutes. Talk to us. How have your thoughts blocked you, and what are you doing about that now?
Okay, so I constantly told myself I can't do it. Like I got really nervous interacting with people, especially if it was just sending those like uncomfortable messages, just for even like the host to post. Like that really made me nervous. And so I really had to kick myself into gear if I want to go anywhere to grow. So one thing I have learned is that whatever message that you send, I mean, even if you just send somebody, hey, how you doing? 3 things are going to happen. They're going to respond, they're not going to respond, or in some cases I have had this happen, and I've learned from it. They're going to all caps you, yell at you, and block you. I've had that happen. And you just have to take a chance. People have been affected by multi-level marketing as the customer in different ways. And unfortunately, sometimes us as distributors, we get that backlash from it, but we can't let that discourage us. I've learned, that's happened to me twice. I've learned from those, and you just gotta get it out your head. You can't let that negativity consume you. And man, like this week, I went for it. I had people ghost me. I had people tell me, oh, well, no, this didn't work. And I'm just like, okay, all right. They didn't block me, so that was a good thing. And then I had one person, she posted, and I got so many people in the product group, and and I just strictly followed the scripts. Like I just followed the host to post script. That's it. And the great thing about the host to post is when you get people to comment on those posts, like you're actually getting your market. So it's not just like random people that you send friend requests to, you're actually getting people who are interested in either something, you know, in whatever the host to post is, like whether it's hair, skin, and nails, weight loss, they're interested in what you have to offer. So even if you don't get them then, I mean, they're still watching you, they're still looking at you. And so, I mean, a year from now, it could be a potential sell. So I just had to kind of kick myself in the butt and just take a risk. It was something that I didn't even want to do. I just kind of said, you know, screw it. I did it. The good thing about the internet is once you click send, it sends. And so there's really nothing you can do, you know, except for, you know, close it and cringe. So, you know, that's, I just had to pull myself out of myself. And if I get that icky feeling, just do it anyways. Click the button, close it, and don't think about it. And if they respond, then jump into action. Follow the scripts. Listen to the story.
I love that. So, Brittany, I know you are a super rock star girl. You are always killing it. Can you like elaborate for these guys what your day-to-day life is like? Because like Sheena, I know you're super busy, and Vicki, I know you're super busy, but listen to this, because this girl, like she's rocking and rolling her business, but listen to what her day-to-day is. Elaborate on that for us, Brittany.
Okay, so I have three kids, and they're all elementary school. In the mornings, they are hard-headed as all get out. We have to, you know, get them dressed. They can't find their shoes. I do their hair every morning. Luckily, they can put on their own pants. So after that, like literally, we're getting out of the house. I jump in and go to work and pray that I put on deodorant and that I unplug the straightener. So I get to work, and when I'm at work, it's pretty much lockdown because I'm on somebody else's time. I may be able to, you know, sneak in a message here and there, but it's not like I'm on their demand. I'm on their clock. So I can't be as dedicated as I like to anything. I mean, when you're at work, you're at work. You're doing what they have to do. Okay. So we have a farm. We have about 200 animals, which is also a business. We have a couple other businesses, but the farm is also an LLC business. And so we have over 200 animals, and those animals, they have to be fed. They have to be medicated. You know, my husband can't do that by himself. Like we have to, and sometimes like we're getting in at 8 o'clock, like 8 o'clock at night. And by the time that we get in the house, like I have other customers, because I have a soap business as well. I have customers like placing orders. And when somebody, you know, sends me a soap order, you know, I have to sit there and formulate this product from scratch. And then, you know, I grow the ingredients. So it's, you know, I have to maintain those ingredients. And then during the week, I do that. And so by the time that happens, you know, I'm a full-time student. I have homework. And a lot of times I'm eating dinner like right here at my laptop. I don't get to eat with my family most of the time just because I'm doing a lot of other things. And I could be up till, you know, 1 or 2 in the morning doing homework, and then, you know, turn right around and wake up and do it again. And then even though I'm off on the weekends are still plugged in. I still have homework. We still have animals that need round-the-clock care. It's a lot. It's a lot. So in all of that, my phone is generally like right here, you know, at hand's reach. At work, it's not as close, but it's right here. I mean, it's just a matter of talking to people and taking a couple minutes out of an hour and making time. And you can make time without feeling like you're drowning.
So, and that's super awesome, girl. Like, I commend you on all your hard work, everything that you do. Like, you are absolutely a rock star. So, but what you're telling us is that several businesses, 3 children, household responsibilities, a full-time job, like creating things from scratch and dealing with so many people for so many different things, and you still are able to find time for this business. So, and you make no excuses. You make no excuses, girl. Like, that's crazy. So how does that feel for you? Like, how do you cope on your day-to-day?
I wear this saying on my wrist. It says, you can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. And I wear that, and I live by that motto. Like, you can't stop the waves. You just learn this to surf, and you ride them to wherever they take you. And if they knock you down, well, you keep learning.
Right, just keep swimming. I love it, girl. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing with us your story. You just in general inspire me every single day, and I'm so glad to have you, and I'm better for you being on this team. So thank you for being here. All right, so we're gonna dive in. We're gonna dive into a couple of things that I have been learning in like the last few days. I'm missing a paper. Oh, no, it's right in front of me. All right, so here's a couple things that I think that will really help, not just me, and like I am just now starting to put these into play, but they're not just gonna help me, I want them to help you guys. So first and foremost, if you are struggling, you need to change your mentality. Okay, dive into your insecurities, whatever they are. Like, I am constantly thinking that people are judging me. I am constantly thinking, and they probably are, and like, I shouldn't care, but I am constantly feeling like I'm less than, or I'm not enough. I constantly feel like the outcast, and I almost like, I feel like I almost have put myself in that place for a long time, and it was a choice. And so I have to, like, now I have to learn to dive into that insecurity. I have to learn to start speaking up and being a little bit more bold. And like, through you guys, thank you so much for being here, because through you guys, I have done a lot more of that. You guys have made me better. So, but anyway, you have to own it. You have to build yourself up. You have to create your own confidence, and that can be super hard. I know that can be super hard, because I still struggle all the time with that. But these are the things that are going to help you and make you better. Further into your business, they're going to make you a better leader. And so that's what we want to do. We want to grow leaders. We want to grow people who are going to teach other people, who are going to grow other people, and just keep going, because we want everybody to succeed. So have the courage to face yourself. Take a long, hard look in the mirror and have the courage to face yourself. Ask yourself what your insecurities are. Ask yourself what it is that you're having a struggle with, and just own it, and talk yourself through it every single day. Another thing that I want us to start doing, and I'm implementing myself, I started today, because I did a lot of like research and motivational stuff, and like self-development over the last few days, like a lot of it. So I've just written down as much as I can for you guys. But anyway, I started today with over delivering. Okay, so what that means is that I'm just doing more than what is expected of me. So when you sign a loyal customer or when you sign a distributor, they expect that you're going to help them out a little bit. They expect that they'll receive a package in the mail. They expect that, that message that you sent checking in to make sure that they receive their package, that's good enough. They expect that's what you're going to do for them. But we want to go over and above and beyond that. Let's check in more. Let's ask them on a daily basis how their day is going. Like, you don't have to always talk business. You don't always have to talk about the company or the products or anything to do with what we do. You can just be a genuine friend. And I know that can be very time consuming, but look, voice memos are your friend here. I sent out probably 100 voice memos this morning, just asking people how their day was. What are their plans for the weekend? Like, is there any way that I can help them in any facet of life? Did they need a pep talk? Like whatever. Like, I switched it up for each individual person, like based on what I know of them. I'm not like sending out a mass voice memo. Hey, can I help you in any way? Like, we're not being creeps. All right. But let's go above and beyond. Let's do more than what's expected of us. Let's be the difference in this industry. And that's what I want to see. Practice initiative. This is one of those super hard things to do, because a lot of people like, Brittany, you got it 100%, I know. But just take the initiative to do more, to be more, to give more. And when you apply that to your business, it's going to look a whole lot better for you. Let's see, look for positivity. We focus a lot on the negative things in life. We focus a lot on, the things that bother us. And I have noticed a lot of that. And part of why I noticed it is because I was looking for it. Like, I was going through some negative things of my own in this last few months. And while I was going through that, I noticed that more and more and more people were going through the same things, or they were going through so much of their own negativity. And then I decided, so when I heard this yesterday on one of the things that I was listening to, like, it jumped out at me. I was like, holy crap. It was like one of those smacks in the back of the head. But I realized that if I'm seeing the negative because I'm living in the negative, that I'll see more of the positive if I actually look for it. And so I want you guys to look for the positivity for the next 24 hours. And I heard this last night. And so for the last 24 hours, I had looked for every positive thing that I could possibly find. And guess what? I found them. Every single thing that I was looking for. And you know what? I am about to sign my second distributor today. Today, I'm about to sign the second distributor. And it was because I looked for the positive things. I looked for what people needed. I looked for what they were asking for. I looked for the positive aspects of what I could do for them, or what this business could do for them. And then I found the positive things here in my house too. Like, my son was sick today. He was throwing up this morning, and I could have focused on the fact that stinks and he's missing another day of school and he might miss his field trip tomorrow. But instead, I focused on, okay, he hasn't thrown up since. He's not running a fever. He's doing okay. Maybe he will make it. And so, like, right now he's doing great. So, like, I'm focusing on the positive, even if it's just the stupid little things like that. Like, it makes a huge difference when you focus on the positive versus the negative. So I got two more things, and then we're going to hop off here because I don't like to take your guys' time. I know you've got lots of life to live and lots of people to talk to. Super excited about the ThermoFite X. Just had to put that in there. Anyway, be more energetic, and that's part of it right there. Like, that got me pumped up tonight. I was like, yes, it came. Like, I didn't even check my tracking. I was just super excited. I was like, I know it's coming. I know it's coming. I know it's coming. Please be here today. Please be here today. And guess what? It showed up today. So I'm super excited. But anyway, be more energetic. Don't be fine. And write this down. If you are taking notes, write this down. FINE. Okay? Fine. Don't be fine. Fine is freaked out, in debt, not making enough money, emotionally stressed. Freaked out, in debt, not making enough money, emotionally stressed. When you feel these things, Don't just be like, ah, I'm fine. No, get up, move, laugh, talk, practice some erratic breathing, whatever it takes to get your body stimulated to have more energy. When you do this, it creates a happiness within yourself. And even if you don't notice it in the moment, the bigger picture is coming. If you practice this, if you practice having more energy, if you practice not being fine, you will be happier in the long run. The big picture is there. You just have to see it. All right. And so the last thing that I want to talk to you guys about is not changing your mind. No business is pretty. No business is pretty. There is hard work involved all the time. It doesn't matter. I have quit on myself so many times. I have started things and stopped things before this. The only other business that I did on my own was a jewelry business, and that lasted about 8 months, and I quit. It was not pretty. It was not fun. I constantly had to be on Facebook. I basically did the same things that I'm doing now, only I allowed myself to stop. That's okay. I muted you. I allowed myself to stop. And it's because in those moments when we feel like it's not pretty, like we can't do it, like we don't want to do it, like we don't have the energy for it, we either freeze, we fight, or we take flight. Okay. And so I was the one that always took flight, like, bye, see ya. Like, and that's my third blue. Like, it used to be a second blue. And so, like, bye, see ya. I ain't got time for that. Okay. Like, if it didn't go how I wanted it to go, if I wasn't happy with it, I took off, like, walked away, forget it. Just no. When I started this business, I got it to a point where I was frozen. Like, Ashley calls it paralysis of the analysis. Like, I was super green when I started this business. I have, like, switched my colors since then. When you grow your mind, you're able to do that. You can tap in more to one than the other. And so I used to be a green, red, blue, or a green, blue, red, and now I'm red, green, blue. And so, like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I never thought that I would get here. I never thought that I would be able to put that red hat on. I never thought that I would have the energy. I never thought a lot of things, but here I am. And it's because this time, at some point, like, I went from being that green and being frozen in my business, like, not wanting to do anything, but I didn't want to give it up, like, because I'm stubborn, because that's just who I am. Not wanting to give it up and being stubborn and just staying frozen, staying stuck in the mud, so to speak, to now, like, I put that red hat on and I've realized that there's so much more in me and that there's so much more that I can do. And so now I'm in the fight mode. I'm in that fight mode and I'm not stopping. And so the biggest part of that is not changing my mind. Like, I didn't change my mind when I was frozen. I still wanted to do this. I still 100% want to do this, but I'm not frozen anymore. I'm fighting for it. And it's because I'm not changing my mind. I stayed stuck in this business, even when I wanted to quit, even when I stopped working it like I was supposed to. I stayed here and I didn't change my mind. And so if you get to a point where you feel like you're going to change your mind, reach out, ask for help, because, like, not changing your mind is what's going to be the difference. Because I could have changed my mind when I was stuck in that frozen zone. I could have changed my mind when I was stuck in that mud, and I could have said, you know what, it's not worth it. I'm done. I'm out. I could have said that. I could have been done, and none of y'all would be here. And that's the sad part, because we change lives every single day. And when we make the decision to not change our mind about the business, to just fight through the unpretty and just do the dang thing, it makes a huge difference. And so I would ask you guys to challenge yourself to make a commitment. Put it somewhere in front of you. Like, I'm going to turn this around just real quick. I've got this one in front of me right now. That one sits in front of me right now, and I'm fighting for it. I'm fighting for it, and I'm not giving up, and I'm taking you guys with me. If you're willing to make that commitment to yourself, I will take you with me. But anyway, is there any questions, comments, anything that you want to know in the last 2 minutes that we have? Unmute yourself or drop it in the chat. I'm full of all kinds of stuff tonight, so, like, just go ahead. Don't laugh at me, Sheena. I know you're going to have 20 questions for me when we get off of here. Hold on, you talking. What are you saying?
I said you froze like half the time. I'm sorry. I just get so frustrated with this internet here.
No, it's okay, girl.
Can I call you after this and talk to you real quick about a couple things?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm just got to be off work finally. Sweetness. And Jolene also just signed another loyal customer tonight. She just got home. So.
Stars. I love it. I love it. I love it. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for hopping on tonight. Talk to your teams, guys. Get them on these meetings. I know, Vicki, you don't have a team yet, but you're gonna get there, honey. We're gonna get you some distributors, and like, let's get everybody on board. If they're showing up to these, they're showing up to Sunday nights. If they're showing up to Sunday nights, we're all going up. We're leveling up. We're taking it to a whole nother level. Okay, and so let's get excited. Let's have more energy. But we'll talk later. Bye, guys.